Yeah, and also thanks so much for having me here. I have a short trip from Beverly Hills, from California. Our family office is both operator and investor. Our main specialty is technology, focusing on safety and security. Me personally, I'm very passionate about what's going on in the schools. So we're rolling out a national school program and just took over a 501c3 to help get funding for the schools that require it to get them the best possible technology to protect our children.
Fantastic. Can you elaborate more on that security and the type of investments that you guys have made? Maybe the type of founders that have stood out to you.
Yeah, so we are focused, we'll look at the different from the video compression, how the video is processing, to the drone surveillance, to AI when it comes to the processing of the videos and analyzing different streams through some hardware that the schools are using, cybersecurity. I'm also, we're the largest shareholder of a small public company, Cita Corp, and I became CEO and president this year. It became more operational as well. And we are, we use it as incubator as well, but also we do a lot of direct investments in the same area as well.
Fantastic. And I'm assuming just with everything you're telling me, you probably get a lot of deal flow. And can you share with me a little bit more on like your filtration process for really looking through an abundance of deal flow? Like you may get a lot of deal flow after this event to really pick out, who are the top choices to actually step into due diligence with?
I know, absolutely. So the due diligence is relatively, simple. First of all, I have to find out the mutual context and get more information about what other people think about the company and the founders, because it's ideas is a great, but it's all about the people and execution. And also, just we basically in the background check, because sometimes you really need to know who you're, getting in bed with. And of course, if the technology itself, it has to have pretty strong, a market application, because sometimes if idea is great, but it doesn't have a way to scale in the market, obviously it's not really good investment.
Got it. And you guys are going in more as a venture capital fund, kind of really going in there.
It's honestly depends, because if it's relates to like what we're doing in CITA and related companies or the school safety security, then yeah, we'll become and we'll be more on operational side, and we'll help them with the other aspects rather than just funding. Some company, if I just really like the idea and what they're doing, that'll be just a pure investment without any participation on the business side.
Fantastic. And in terms of, I think that also, once again, security kind of very broad. What are you guys, maybe if you can share some details on what, I don't know if I want to ask you about structures or I want to ask you specific sub-niches within security and technologies, but because I'm really curious about this whole security thing, right? Like facial recognition and, kind of like minority report style, predictive type of tech, but like, what are you guys looking at now?
Well, if you look at AI, the biggest problem with AI right now is a lot of false positives that people don't, they start actually ignoring what the AI say because of the number of the false positive. When the real threat comes into the picture, you don't get the same reaction. So adding a human touch to it and adding the software that actually can connect, the schools with the first responders and have ability to utilize all the technologies and aspect, but also that makes it easier to verify on the human side. That really what makes a really good, interesting system in place.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Fantastic. Let's move on to Rick Courtney. Let's talk some real estate. Rick, where are you coming in from?
Thanks, Andres. Rick Courtney, I'm managing partner, CEO of Essential Realty Partners. We're headquartered out of Dallas. Essential is a relatively new national multifamily and build-to-rent specialist. Even though the company is new, we're a grizzled old team of industry veterans, 4 founding partners that, I hate to say this, have over 120 years of expertise between us. We founded Essential anticipating about 18 months ago exactly what we're going through right now, which was a blow-off top in the real estate market. We've been around a long time, so we've seen these cycles. I got in multifamily in 1984, so you can imagine the cycles that I've seen. And so they all play out in a similar manner, and we recognized that, we were seeing a top, obviously, during the last 18 months or so. So, knowing how these things play out, we formed this company and we anticipate a new national portfolio build. We have made a substantial investment in both predictive analytics and AI. We're able to underwrite any property in the United States within 15 minutes. And when I say underwrite, I'm talking about a 30-tab Excel spreadsheet. And our comp set on that is so granular that we're getting operating comps. The AI goes in there and actually chooses which comps, and it will tell us in that 15 minutes whether that property has any upside whatsoever. And so we don't waste a lot of time with, a lot of deals that we all see, deals that come across our desk that say you can invest $5,000 a unit and get $300 a month rent increases. That stuff is automatically eliminated from our deal flow. So in a nutshell, that's us. We've also spent the last 18 months amassing dry powder. We're sitting on about $1 billion of buying power right now. We've been tracking the market, and there's a lot of uncertainty. If you read the headlines about what's happening in the real estate market, we're not uncertain. We know where we think this thing's gonna settle out. We're not quite there yet, but we're preparing ourselves.
So, is it, I'm imagining it for you is you're getting this deal flow and then you're kind of putting it into this software and it's kind of churning out this information for you and these
if you
analytics?
can, our systems are so automated now. We're in 15 different target markets, and we're not on the coast, but for example, we're in Phoenix, Las Vegas, out west, in the Carolinas, Indianapolis, and Florida. But if you can imagine getting an email from a broker, that email is automatically scraped into our pipeline system. So that is scraped into our pipeline system. The AI then goes and gets the offer memorandum. All that information is loaded into our pipeline automatically. And if it's a deal that meets the, our initial sniff test, then we'll, push a button and we'll underwrite it. And if it, goes beyond that, then we'll do a deep dive into the underwriting. But it's almost automated, to the point where, it is almost like a manufacturing line. We're doing for real estate what Henry Ford did for the Model T and the cars, so to speak. And you have to do it because, I know there's probably real estate sponsors out here. We all realize how difficult deals are to make, and we're all trying to uncover that diamond in the rough. These type of systems that we've, made this investment in allow us to do that much quicker.
And in terms of, all right, so once a deal comes through that you guys do want to look at and highly consider, are you guys taking the deal structure into your own hands and kind of determining case by case, or are you also using technology and maybe in a sense to kind of structure the deal in a way that's attractive?
I would say the structure right now is still primarily manual. That's where the wisdom comes in. One of the things we pride ourselves on, and I know that a lot of family offices, look at different investment structures that are offered, but I mentioned that we have a lot of dry powder. We've structured joint ventures, and each one of those joint ventures is custom tailored. And that's something that we recognized early off that not one structure suits everybody, and so we've been very successful in offering a palette of selections to meet the specific risk profiles of each.
That options?
Yes, that option. Yeah.
As well. Awesome. Thank you so much. Great.